the skies, whispers of defiance. In the dead of night, in this room of rage, reignite.
Oh my god! Oh, ay Dios mío.
Weren't we just at the confessional at church at the...
I don't
Life is
know.
a mystery.
That ghost is crazy.
Nick and I are in a throuple with a dead man.
Yeah, it's the ghost of George Washington Carver, the peanut guy. Is that right?
Love peanut butter.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, welcome back. We were MIA last week.
It's like that in the fall.
It is.
You gotta get your nest ready to nest for the winter.
You gotta nest your nesters. And
look, the coffee is steaming, so you guys know that the temperature has changed.
Right, and I put. Can you tell that I put a little spell in there? I put a little salt, and I put a little salt and cinnamon in there. Yeah,
I do taste the cinnamon. So we'll say it's Turkish coffee.
Sure.
Look at this vintage background.
It's a tablecloth.
Look.
Y'all, I don't know if you can see this witch's face, but so listen. Regina called me.
Maybe can in the top corner.
Regina called me one day and said, "Heifer," and this is like 8 a.m.
That's
and
too early to call, by the way.
It might have even been before that. And she's like, "Wherefore art thou, bitch?" I said, "I'm at home." And she said, "You need to get 2 streets over because there was an estate sale where they had it like the whole weekend, and then the rest of it was free."
Frankenstein estate?
There was a lot of vintage shit there. One of which was this vintage tablecloth.
I rub it. It's like 1993.
It certainly is. And then also, they had these just random spooky stuffs. And I'm going through it, and I see this, and I'm like, why does this bitch look just like me? Hold on. We'll do a side-by-side comparison.
I think it is you. Maybe AI used your image.
I think somebody used my image.
I think so.
Because look at this.
Look.
Like, look at the laugh lines.
Yeah. AI definitely.
And you know what?
You.
I have a picture of me dressed as a nun somewhere.
You should ask
AI I just remembered
pay for that.
I just remembered.
It kind of looks like a couple other nuns that I know. Oh my god, it's going to fall.
How do you solve a problem like Kathy? Go the other way.
Oh my god, now it looks like a crazy reptile eye. Ooh.
I'm married a dumb cow.
God. Can't believe you don't have quality adhesive gum.
I don't.
I tell you what is quality adhesive gum is the shit they send you when you buy those like 17 portraits. Like they're really cute. They're all like gothic or Victorian or like flowers or some shit.
Yes.
Well, they come with these little double-edged peel things, and you stick them on, and then you peel the second part off. Those are impossible to get off the wall. Like, I had to rip something.
Take your word for it.
Yeah, they're like the best thing. You don't ever need tacks again. You just stick like 10 of those on something heavy. It's going to stick to the wall. It's going to stick to the wall.
Speaking of vacations, Nick went to the Big D.
Yeah, the Motor City.
The Motor City. Detroit, Michigan.
Yeah, so my review of Michigan.
Yeah, was it everything you dreamed and feared?
It was nothing that I feared, amazingly. And although we were really far out on 9 Mile.
Oh, so you didn't see Eminem, but you did experience the potholes.
Yes. Well, and a lot of that's been fixed. So Detroit gets 5 stars. The food is wonderful, and it's cheaper than Dayton food. We spent less eating out than we would here in Dayton. Like, we went to a burger place. It was $13 for a nice burger, and it came with fries. You didn't have to buy them extra like you do here now.
A la carte.
And then, if you're a small business owner, it's a dream come true. There's a million Art Deco buildings that were just sitting there rotting. People bought them up, fixed them up, and now they're fun places. We went to an ice cream place where they made all the ice cream on site. It was full of plants because it had all these tall windows from when it was a machine shop.
You must have went to the rich side of Detroit. 'Cause-
Okay, low key, I think my mom planned this, but I didn't know it until we got there. Ferndale's the gay part of Detroit.
Oh,
So,
bless her.
so everything was gentrified. There was fabulous plants everywhere and rattan, and just like all the buildings are painted, and there's restaurants everywhere and places to shop, and but it all was still Art Deco. It was
There's
like
a place like that in Rochester too. That my brother took us to.
I loved it.
It was very
Ferndale,
much like what
it's
you're
a must,
saying.
you guys.
And I can't remember what the place is called. It's in Rochester. They call it the Gay Village.
Is that up north or in the middle of the state? Oh, I think it's the middle of the state. I'm not for sure.
Oh, where Rochester is?
Um,
It's like top middle.
okay, so that's Appalachia.
Middle of the middle and the top.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Appalachia.
Yeah, that's where my big brother lives. So
Oh, and the dispensaries there suck. I don't know why everyone says they're awesome.
really,
I think because I wasn't in the Monroe place that everybody goes. I was in the city.
yeah,
There
I
was
think
like no cars at any of them. So like I think most of the ones in the city must suck.
because my friend's daughter got hell.
Yeah, I'm not going to say there's not good
But-
weed. Because
right,
they-
just where you were at.
yeah,
did
because the only thing I've ever heard super awesome is something called Zaza weed.
not.
It must be a really good brand up there. MKX good up there, not good in Ohio. That's a
It's
big,
good to know.
big brand up there. There's a squirrel in your window. And
They're
he's
eating the
watching.
pumpkins.
Oh my God. That is so cute. Jesus H. Christ.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
So my daughter, we do the pumpkin carving thing, and then we let the squirrels, because I like watching the squirrels in the window.
And they're watching us.
Yeah, these motherfuckers are fearless. I like to
Yeah,
sneak
suburban
up on
squirrels are
them
great.
when they're like, they got their heads and they're down into the pumpkins and their asses sticking up, and you sneak up on them and then you thump the pumpkin and they just fucking flip out.
He heard you smack. That was so funny.
Yeah, I'm pretty loud. So while Nick was in Detroit, we did our first trunk or treat here in the Heights, and
I'm glad it went well.
It did, oh my gosh, it was awesome.
I'm gonna be honest. I think that they're just as good as going in the neighborhood. They're actually
Yes.
better. You get more candy.
I agree.
How are you going to hit up 200 houses? That's like 3 hours.
There were, I couldn't even tell you how many, like the vendors and the food trucks, they were handing out candy, and and then
that's
the
cool.
actual cars in the parking lot that were decorated was handing out candy. And then, so we took our little girl and we did the whole
Did you do
trunk
the whole?
or treat. Yeah, we did the whole thing. And then about the time we were done, it was time for me to officiate the wedding that took place
That
there.
was the part I liked the best. I thought that was so cool.
OMG.
And that wedding was cute.
It was the cutest thing ever. And I was in contact with the bride for weeks trying to get, because she wanted it to be gothic, romantic, and
She nailed it. It was, and it was traditional, like
right. It was all.
clothing.
It was
I
such
liked
a
all
good.
that.
She had this beautiful. It was like the color of my hair, purple. This gown. It was just phenomenally gorgeous and sparkly, and she had her black veil, and he was dressed in his gray suit and his little purple shirt and tie. And bless him's heart, I'm not gonna say their names, their first names, but and I'm gonna give a generic Hispanic last name because it is a Hispanic last name. It starts with an R, but it's not Ramirez, but we're gonna say it's Ramirez. So
Isn't that a serial killer's last name?
could be not. Who's to say? So he's the cutest thing ever, the husband, because his English is good. Like his English is good, but his accent is so thick that for me anyway, I'm like, I have to really pay attention. But the way he talks is so cute, and I will remind me to tell the pistachio story about Jesus. and that'll explain a lot of what I'm saying here. But we were
Pistachio.
trying to all stay on the same page. Like the bride didn't want the groom to see her. The groom was supposed to be with me at the arch where they were getting married.
The spot where they
And then
were
the
getting
bride,
officiated.
right? Because this is all happening at a music center, like a venue, a
With
music
lots
venue,
of people
5,000 people. So where the bride is in the bathroom trying not to get the groom to see her, the groom standing right outside the bathroom to where if he even did this, he's gonna see her.
And ruin
And
the
I'm
entire
wondering where
marriage.
the hell they went, where the hell the groom went, because when I turned around to be like, okay, he wasn't there, and I'm like, oh crap, where'd he go? So I had to go find him. I'm like, no, you need to be up here with me, with your children. They have 5 boys. They've been together 10 years. 10 years. I was like, it's about damn time.
So, like, they would be like pregnant, breastfeed for 6 months, get pregnant again.
Probably something like that.
So she
Yeah.
was probably.
And I had just
That's a long
learned
time.
right before they arrived that they were celebrating like 2 years or almost a year of sobriety.
Blessed be.
And I was like, well, that's even cuter. Like everything was just falling into place. And so we're waiting now at the arch, and she comes around on a golf cart, right? And literally
golf cart.
thousands of people, right? And they're playing the wedding song, and she comes up, and we do the whole thing, and I get to introduce them. And Nick, I messaged Nick almost immediately after, like, man, I rolled the fuck out of that Mars, man, because I introduced Mr. and Mrs. Nick and Kathy Ramirez.
I can't do that yet. I do practice though.
Yeah, so I was fine on to had officiated that wedding. It was so much fun. Yeah, in front of all those people.
What was it like being in front of thousands of people? Did it make you want to pee on yourself?
No, I made sure to pee because I would have.
Um,
I prayed I just would not mess up. I
it's
stumbled
kinda
on
cool
my
you
word.
get high. I don't know if people know that. Like when you're on stage, you do. You get like an instant dopamine drop.
Right.
It makes it more fun. I love
I
theater.
definitely didn't have Benjamin Button in my breasts. Definitely didn't. Definitely didn't pull him out at all. But yeah, it was so cute. And then they danced their first dance to that song, that Teddy Swims song. And I think that's who sings it. I lose control.
Oh, I know, right? That looked like King Colto, like in his daytime clothes.
So, I gotta tell you a funny story. So, when I was telling you about how the Mr. Ramirez and his thick accent, but he could speak English. So, my friend Tina was married to a guy named Piscasio for a while. And, oh yeah, that's the older boy. Anyway, I digress. So, she was married to this guy. His name was Piscasio, and I called him Paco or Pistachio. And
Pistachio sounds better.
it was around. I know, that's what we all called him. It was like right before Christmas. I mean, or right after Thanksgiving. I don't know. But it was around the holidays, and we're all just sitting there talking. He, all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, he's like, Tina, when Jesus come? And we're like, what?
We didn't invite Jesus. He
Right,
saw us.
is he a friend of yours? Like, and he's trying to ask us when the fuck Christmas is. He's trying to ask us when Christmas Eve is, when is Jesus' birthday, but he's
Isn't it
getting
the same-
Jesus confused with Santa Claus. So he's asking when is Jesus coming?
Okay, but he meant Santa.
But he meant Santa Claus.
Okay, that
right?
meant, I was going to be like, the way you say December in Spanish is almost identical to English. So I was kind of thinking, it's the same dates. You know?
No, he's like,
But that makes more
Jesus,
sense.
when Jesus come? And I'm like, I don't know when the hell Jesus is coming, but if I had an opportunity to find out, I don't think I would.
I
would
to
be
call Santa
surprised.
Claus Jesus now.
Yeah, and
In honor of this
it was
man.
so freaking hilarious because here we are sitting here, American, so fucking dumb.
Already speaking a bastardized version of
And
English.
we're laughing at this poor guy because we're thinking he's asking us when the fucking rapture is. And he just wants to know when's Christmas Eve so he can buy presents for the children.
For the children.
And he just kept saying, I don't know when Jesus come. I was like, well, if you find out, don't tell me. So we kept going back and forth. But he's laughing at us, but he has no idea how funny it is. And then we had to sit there and have Tina explain to him in Spanish.
Or just show pictures.
Where he like crisscrossed it. And then after he realized it, he threw something at me and goes, you are dummy, make me laugh. And we all because I was like, I don't want to know when Jesus is coming, Paco.
It's like, please don't tell me.
Yes.
Then I would have to get better.
Right, so.
At least some people know they're going to hell, though.
True.
And they admit it.
True dat hums. So Nick was admiring the fact that my fish tank table is now in the corner over here.
It just looks like a luxurious, oddly placed European counter.
Mm-hmm, but what's missing from it?
The fish tank. What happened to the fish tank, Kathy?
Well, it could have been so much worse than what it was.
Right, because I can see it way over there.
Yeah,
it looks empty.
Well, there's no water in it yet. That's where it will be set up.
Okay.
Eventually.
Okay.
So I am starting to get my house in order for the holiday season. Because you know I start decorating for Christmas the day after Halloween. My tree will probably be up.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that because you're not going to steal my fucking holiday joy. I am not asking you to put your tree up. I'm not asking you to let me to come to your house and put your decorations up. I'm saying that a tree in my living room or a holly hanging low and maybe some mistletoe ain't going to hurt you. And it's going to make me feel the holiday spirit and maybe be a little bit fucking kinder.
It might make us puke, though, but I'm okay with that.
Fine, we can always shoot from over here. Because the tree will be over. The tree's going to be in front of the window.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I low-key did start celebrating Halloween, I think.
August 2nd.
No, maybe even before that. Like June 22nd or some shit for me.
Yeah, it's
been wonderful. And I might
like
still do it until Christmas.
The curtains, I usually don't switch them out until beginning of November with my Christmas stuff. Because those are my Christmas curtains.
But they can also be goth curtains,
right?
Not Christmas time.
Right. That was my feeling too.
I'm obsessed with this one. I love it.
I had that forever.
This would make if it was cloth.
Got it at like Walmart.
Great fat panels for a quilt.
Yeah, and then the haunted Halloween signs I got from my friend Kelly gave me those.
Happy haunted Halloween.
But so Cameron was helping me move stuff around, and we were successfully moving said table to, because I mean it only moved from where this positioned phone is recording us 5 feet, you know. About 2 feet in, the whole thing starts going like this, or the one side starts like going like this, and I'm like, oh shit. So we had to hurry up and get it off of there, get the shit out of it, and I'm like, you gotta get Jordan to help you lift it. And Kieran's like, and he took it in there. Because
he didn't prolapse.
Don't ask one of my kids to go get fucking help to lift something, because they'll prove a point.
They're like, I don't care that I have problems shitting now.
Right. They don't care that half of their organs are hanging out their pant leg.
They think it's a new tail. Like, woo!
One of my kids liked to pretend like he had a tail when he was younger, and it's the one that you know. Well, the older one.
He grew out of it, though. He's not a furry.
No, he's not. He would take, my aunt even called him Tail Boy. And he would like gallop through the house almost like a monkey you know, on his legs would be like up, his ass would be up in the air, and his legs and his hands, and
Like the
belts.
apes in Planet
He
of the
loved,
Apes.
yes, he loved belts, and he'd take the belt and he'd put the belt in his underwears,
That's so smart, though. I understand.
and
That's
he
fun.
would just like creepily gallop through the house with his little tail. Just,
This girl that Chuck and I used to babysit, she's a grown woman now, super cool. She was obsessed when she was like 2 with the movie Spirited Away. And she would gallop up and down the hallway nonstop, and we loved it. You know,
Yeah.
like Chuck and I were like, that's
it's
right.
the cutest thing.
You're a horse. We get it.
My
Because when I
kids-
was her age, I thought I was the Beastmaster.
Aww.
I know, I wanted ferrets. I'm glad my parents never let me have them, though. I know a lot of people that do have them as
I
pets.
had one.
And they're amazing pets. A coworker, a friend of mine, she has them. And she's a huge fan of them, obviously.
So my cousin Diane's family had one, and my cousin Diane's nickname from her brother when they were growing up was Pea Stink, which it derived from them calling her Bee Sting because she ain't got no teddies. So they started calling her Bee Sting, which turned into Pea Stink. And if you know ferrets, they pea stink. So they started calling that ferret Pea Stink, which I thought was highly disrespectful.
But sweet pea is cute.
So
If it's PEA.
no, it wasn't Sweet Pea. It was Pea Stink is what they called her. Pea Stink. And
That's
I
such
was
a
like,
horrid
no, that's a
name.
horrible name for that damn thing. So when I would go over, I would always play with it, and I would call it Peekaboo. And I'd
I
go
like
in there
that.
and be like, Peeky Peeky. And she'd be in her little ham hock, and then she'd peek her little head out, and I would get her out. So eventually, they got rid of her and asked me if I wanted her, and I was like, fucking A, yes I do. So I went out and got her, and at that time we had a little pug named Mojo. That was my childhood nickname.
Mojo.
My Uncle Harry named the dog Mojo because that was my childhood nickname, and he's like, I like the name Mojo. Name Mojo. I said, fuck it, let's do it. So anyway, Mojo fell in love with Peekaboo.
Yes, because ferrets need a partner.
They do.
You should
and
never buy
Mojo
one.
was so
You
little.
always need to get 2.
Or a pug named Mojo that can figure out how to open the ferret's cage door.
They was talking.
They were. and
Dog learned ferret language.
I was laying in bed one night and I kept hearing like this rattle, rattle, rattle. I'm like, what the hell? And then I hear this where the door had fell out. And I turned the light on and I'm looking and I'm looking. All of a sudden I see Peaky's tail go right under my bed. And Mojo is just like, ugh, way to go, way to go. And they're
You're out,
playing.
yay!
And I'm like, oh, this isn't good. The
Because
dog knows
I've
how to
also
open the
heard
cage.
that they're bad about zoomies, like running all over.
Oh my God, it's so cute. She would run up and down our hall.
Just
Oh my gosh. And then,
imagine doing that in trees. How much fun that would be.
and then I was getting ready to move out because I was struggling with addiction at that time, and I was moving out so I could, you know, get sober, which I did. And I didn't want to take both pets with me. I kept Mojo because I could handle one pet and staying sober, but multiple I couldn't at that point. Well, there was and I vaguely remember these people. I would have to ask my brother's friend Annie if she remembers them. But they lived on the other end of town, and one of her kids just thought the world of me and would come talk to me all the time, but like a young kid, you know. And I had asked her, he would play with Peekaboo all the time, and I had asked her, can I give this to your son and your family? And she was like, oh, we would take such good care of her. And she lived for, I think, 10 more years after that.
Oh, yay! So she was able
She was
to
happy.
adjust to a new life
Yes.
and new animals at another home and
Yeah,
which
I think
became
it's
her-
really,
her future lovers.
I know. And she was just the sweetest little thing. So, yeah, but she stunk.
She's
She stunk.
I've heard about the funk.
Yeah, it was daily cleaning the cage, because what we would do, and it was a clever thing that my cousin came up with, is she would take the four corners of a box of pop or a 12-pack of pop, and she would use those corners to put in the corners of the cage, because ferrets always piss and shit in corners. Always. So she would take those and like just shove them in the corners to where all you had to do was take a trash can and just and throw it away, and then just replace them with the, yeah. So if you drink pop, you always have protection.
Can you litter train them?
Oh, I'm sure you can. I don't
'Cause I
know
know, like,
that I've ever
you
heard
can-
of it,
you
but
can
I'm
litter
sure
train
you can.
rabbits.
You can litter train a dog. Pistachio and Tina's little pug Angel, she was potty or pug.
I think-
Fucking yeah.
People with tiny dogs should be taught that then. Because I think it's weird how, like, I love when rich people, when their help get mad at them, and they post pictures of what their houses look like, where the, like, dog shit everywhere. And there's literally, like, 50, 100 piles and little trails that the servants and
That they have to make their way through.
I'm like,
You gotta clean before you clean, just to make yourself feel like you can clean.
imagine how awesome it would be if normal people had money instead of weird sociopaths. We'd be living in we'd be living in little villages and in campgrounds and shit.
I would be so giving with my money. I think I would just want to, like, I want to help everybody now when I'm fucking broke. I remember my grandma.
The squirrel's back.
Every
That's why I keep
few
looking over
years, she would win a few $100 on a scratch-off ticket or something. And whatever holiday was coming up, that whenever it happened, say Christmas was coming up and she won a few $100 on a scratch-off, she would call this friend of hers that worked for, I think it was the fish organization. And it was like a food pantry for Brookville. And she would go, and whatever she won, she would spend half of it on like turkeys or things like that for the pantry. And I remember her going to the pantry, so for her to, like, I've gone to the pantry, I've donated to the pantry, like, I've been the bug, I've been the windshield. We all have.
I know a lot of people that go to pantries.
One of my acquaintances had said something to me one time, and it really made a whole lot of sense. If, say, me, you, Billy Sue, we all go to the pantry. You go for your family and we all go separately, and then we come back and we dump it all out. Now, Billy Sue doesn't like this, that, or the other, but you do, and this person doesn't, but we do, and just like switch off accordingly. And I said, how long have you been doing that? And she's like, man, my mom invented that. And I said, that is fucking brilliant. That is like so brilliant, because there's times that, you go to the pantry and then there's things in there that you don't particularly like. I know people that I can give that to.
Right.
So
like,
that's
so-and-so
good.
loves pinto beans and is so happy that you got 6 cans.
Well, I didn't know I liked lentils.
Or bourbon. I love lentils.
I got lentils, and this was years and years and years and years ago. And
Great source of protein when you're poor, guys, just in case you needed to know.
we got this bag of lentils, and I was like, I don't know who to call to ask how to make these lentils, and it wasn't like I, could ask Jeeves or anything. Well, I called my Aunt Vicky, and her husband and children are, they're Muslim, but they're,
There's a lot of great recipes for lentils. I'm a
but yeah, she sent me this lentil soup.
like fanatic.
Oh, she sent me a recipe for lentil soup, and I was blown away with my belly and my turds, because it's a great source of fibers.
Oh, and that's no joke, y'all.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen someone that just had their gallbladder out and how they have to use the bathroom before they leave a restaurant,
Yep.
if you've got someone close to you like that, just know that this will make you feel the same way the first couple times you eat lentils.
Yes.
They literally scrub your insides right out. You'll even have noticeable like, ooh, my belly don't feel tight today.
Right. You'll feel snatched like a lentil bean.
You
That
won't-
should be a new catchphrase. How you doing, girl? Girl, I'm snatched like a lentil bean.
Ooh, shit.
Snatched.
And
Oh.
you'll be surprised at how quick you shit too.
Right. You'll shit so quick you might end up in the 180s. 180s. I'm in the 180s.
Yay for weight loss.
Yay. They upped the Ozempic and it made me fucking about die last week. But this week I shot up and I was okay.
There was no reason for him to be driving that quick.
Oh no, it's always like that.
That truck was going 35 miles per hour 3 houses from a stop sign and just made a noise to go 2 houses to the light. That was crazy.
Crazy ass people.
You know what? If you a big truck kind of person, I'm not gonna hate, but Platts are not the place for you. Platts are literally for people raising families. If you need to make that
Right, because
kind
I
of
let
noise-
my kid play in the street.
Right, like you should just go live out in the country, and I don't mean like far out in the country, but like,
Right.
you know,
Even out in the country, I was playing in the street in the country, and we would play in the street, and one person would always be watching that way, and one person would always be watching this way. We see a
Same.
car, what we do? Car! Get off the fucking road. That's what my children do.
yeah,
But they be flying. And my girls want to go down here and roller skate and shit. And I'm like, you can't go down that far because people don't watch for children like they're supposed to.
yeah, and that freaks me out. Like that's literally the reason we're all here is because we were kids once. Let's let them grow up.
Speaking of kids growing up, I have a cousin, Joseph. He growed up.
Oh, how old? Like
Very
35 now?
Yeah, he's got 2 children and a wife. Fire truck just went by. EMTs just went by. I think they were up at the abandoned school. Now,
Yeah,
this is getting closer. If the sirens stop when they get loud, that means they're turning on my street.
Yeah, there is an abandoned school.
Yes.
It looks like one of those liminal space places that people take pictures of. And it also is one of those futuristic schools from the 60s. Right? Isn't it kind of futuristic? Oh, it did
Kinda.
stop kind of close, didn't it? Well, it was like one of those private church schools for a hot minute.
Oh,
Then
shit,
it
my
got
bad.
taken over by the Homerless. And then it got just played.
Well, it got bought by a engaged church, or it was going to be. I don't know, but anyway. So Joseph married Rebecca, and Rebecca is now an author. Now, she ain't writing children's books, kids. She's
Ooh.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Now, she's writing books about love in the woods. Like when your man's a hunter and he's like, baby, where you at? And he's like, girl, I'm in a turkey blind. And she go, here I come. And
Dressed
she's
in a turkey costume.
in a turkey costume and be like,
He's like, I'm gonna shoot my in you.
y'all, he is going to stuff your turkey.
That sounds hot. Cause see, where
So-
I was thinking when you said in the woods was like, oh, he was at a park bathroom in a soccer player costume, and another person in a soccer player.
Well, that would be your novel. This is their novel, her novel, and so the thing is, you know, hunting and fishing and outdoorsy has always been Joseph and his brother and the whole family actually, you know, have always been like outdoorsy, hunting, fishing, you know. We like our deer meat. And so yeah, she is now writing literary porn.
Oh, that's hot, literally.
So it's a variable where poor choices are downloaded, and you know, maybe you can do a dramatic reading with mood lighting. Like
we could do that. Like I
like
can
he
get
pulled
really
my
into.
panties to the side like the bow and arrow, pulling back to secure the bullseye. Ow! And then, you know,
And then,
success. See, that's why I can't write, because for that was just a horrible depiction. It's a horrible depiction.
I know. I'm gonna imagine me writing instead. Oh, that was much more satisfying. See? I just imagined.
And
it.
honestly, if you would like to purchase the book, you can do so on Amazon's. I could have been cool enough to get the damn names of it, but no, I didn't.
But if you
there's a
like
few
that
of
sort
them.
of thing, we'll find out for
But
you.
if you like that sort of thing, and even if you don't, you can buy the book and then just like cross out the names and put whoever you want, like
Yeah, it could be like
Louis
a
and Lestat,
choose your own adventure.
right? Louis and Lestat with their little child Claudia, the little gay vampire family.
Speaking of, season 3 is coming out of Interview with the Vampire, and it's called The Vampire Lestat, and they announced the actress that's playing Queen of the Damned, and let's just say she's going to be wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
Speaking of R.I.P. Diane Keaton died.
Oh my God, and D'Angelo.
Who?
D'Angelo.
D'Angelo.
Like, it was a busy week for death.
Right, and all I can think of is that music video of D'Angelo where he's standing there and he looks like he's naked and he don't have no clothes on and the V.
The V. The everything points to the right spot.
But rest in peace, Diane Keaton. I will always think of you if I ever wear turtlenecks. But I don't usually wear turtlenecks because I feel like I'm being choked by a weak midget all day. So I won't, little person.
I thought it was funny that they said fashion icon, and I was thinking,
When it comes to turtlenecks. No, Stella!
hi Stella,
Nick's allergic.
I'm allergic to your love.
So,
Your
speaking
love,
of allergic,
your, oh.
I am not wearing any makeup
No.
today for a reason. Stella, go!
Come here.
I'll have to tell you what she fucking did. So anyway, I'm not wearing makeup for a reason. I've always had
me either.
right. I've always had really bad skin, and the neighbor Tiffany, we're sitting there talking one day, and she's like, "Have you ever thought of using? It works for me." And I'm like, "Well, no, because I would use other things like that, and I think it made it worse." But then I started thinking, well, no, I've never tried this particular thing. Dandruff shampoo.
Oh, I could see that big time.
Dandruff shampoo has changed my fucking skin. Like, I still have all of, but it's
Drying up.
drying up, and it's not, the problem is as it was healing, it was getting so itchy. And sometimes when that itch hits you, you cannot control yourself, and then I would just rip the shit right back open. And I would do it in my sleep and rip it open, and it took like a week and a half, or no, not even that, a week, because we just got the hair stuff last Thursday.
I love that it's something.
But I was Tiffany gave me some of hers to use to see if it would work or make it worse. Now, I have a zit right here, okay? Yesterday, it just came on yesterday. It was like the size of Mount Vesuvius yesterday.
It's already dry.
And it's already dried up. I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. Because, you use shampoos and it comes down on your face, and then that makes, for me anyway, it fucks my face up.
Me too. I'm
I'm
super
so
like,
sensitive. Yeah, so it was just ridiculous. the simplicity of it, and it works.
I can see that. I have this green tea amino acid cleansing foam from Innisfree, available at Sephora, and I use it for other things, and it works really good too. Like for those other things that I use it for.
I would see these reels when I was scrolling Facebook, and I would see it say, "Have you ever used feminine hygiene products on your face?" And I'm thinking, why would you do something like that?
Well,
But apparently the zinc.
Massengill would work really well.
Well, I guess the zinc or something in the Monistat, the anti-itch, it helps your face. And I was like, about the time I do something like that, it's going to make it that much worse. And then that's when she suggested, the dandruff shampoo, and I thought, So I, did some research on it, and people really did see a difference. Now, her skin, from what I've noticed, has always, she's got the perfect skin. Like, she doesn't have a fucking pore on her face.
It's because she be using goat's blood and witchcraft.
Yeah, and her face is just flawless. She's beautiful anyway, but her skin is beautiful. And so whatever she tells me, I'm gonna fucking try it. Cause her face.
Because you was like, I'm about to start doing apple cider vinegar masks.
Shit, and put baking powder and apple cider. Let that thing just do whatever the fuck it's gonna do. Just rip off all my layers of skin, right?
It was like, that was like dermabrasion.
Right, right. With science. Speaking of science, Halloween's coming up.
Which is scientifically the most popular holiday on Earth. On Earth. And on Mars. And the moon.
Well, it was on Pluto, and then they turned around and didn't make it a planet no more. What is it, a star now? On the Jupiter star, or on the Pluto star.
On the Jupiter star.
The Jupiter star. Hey, look, I'm still doing dumb shit.
It's okay. That's what keeps us young.
I know. So, on Beggars Night in my town, just like I did last year.
We call them candy deficient.
Candy deficient, not beggars. Okay. Glucose deficient children begging for candy.
Uncandied.
I can also marry you to your baby daddy, or your baby mama, or your drama.
I told my girls that. I told them, I was like, if you need to get married tomorrow, you can pull up to Kat's house and
Literally.
she will fucking do it.
I'll
You don't have
stand
to
right
be
at
out-
that window, man. Just hand me your fucking shit. I'll sign off on it. Do you? Good. You marry, kiss, or get the fuck out.
Right. And it's legal.
It is.
Like
100%.
100%.
It was about, I think it was the third couple I married stood right there, and they were both getting ready to leave for college, and they didn't want to go to college or they wanted to be married before they went to college, but their family didn't approve of it.
Families, let people get married.
And I'm like, hey, I'm just here to do the ceremony. And so I said, are you going to tell your family after it's done? She's like, we're not telling them until we graduate college. So I was like, wow. So I married him standing right there. And it was 30 seconds maybe. And I was like, okay, you can kiss her. And he's like, I can what? I'm like, kiss your wife. So that's your wife now. And he's like, really? That's it? And she was like, that's it? And I'm like,
it doesn't have to have all the pomp and it literally does. You don't even have to do all that. You can have just sign the paperwork.
Sign the paper and do a quick little do you. I mean,
I do. Goodbye.
I remember when Mike and I got married, we wanted it to be 3 minutes tops. We didn't want the whole...
Our attention span can only
Right.
handle...
Both of us were have the attention spans of gnats. But his birth father is a self-proclaimed pastor. And we stood there for, I don't fucking know how long, but all I know is that I had to be nudged when it was time for my fucking I-do's, because I was just watching the cars go by, because this motherfucker would not shut up.
Oh, that would make me so mad.
Oh, I was.
The worst are the weddings that you go to where they ask if you need to get saved.
Oh, well, something's
Way to ruin my whole day when I go to a wedding.
right. So while I was not paying attention to my ceremony, everybody else was paying hyper attention to my ceremony because, like, after it was over,
Were they waiting for you to fall out? Like,
no, they were waiting for me to beat the shit out of my pastor father-in-law because he was saying shit that I wasn't paying attention. Because he wouldn't. I was pissed off because he wasn't listening to anything we wanted.
I would have to zone out too.
I did. I completely fucking zoned out. My brother had to nudge me to say I do because I was so fucking angry because he did not listen to either one of us. Stella, go somewhere.
If you lay down, you can hang out
She
with
ain't
us.
laying nowhere. She got a hold of a bud the other night and she was on the fucking moon.
Dude, that ain't no joke. If your dog ever eats, you know what? That will fuck them up. First off, they won't poop until you make them eat something. So if your dog does eat that, you gotta get them some pieces of bologna or hot dog because they're gonna get backed up too quick.
Go.
But they also get high off of it, big time.
Oh yeah, she was yeah. So
Oh,
where was I?
It's
No, Stella. I forget.
What were we on? Why did everything get reset?
Stella's bitch ass.
Not that. It was something about college.
College. Oh, because the children that I married said they were, the simplicity of marriage. But anyway, yeah, I'm marrying people for free on Beggars Night, so. And I said, I'll do it the legal way if you bring me a marriage license, or if you want to scare the shit out of your baby daddy and just bring him up here for a surprise commitment ceremony that's not legally binding. Cameron!
What?
Get the dog! So, there's that. I would like to say a congratulations to my dead best friend's daughter, Jasmine, for getting accepted into whatever college she got accepted into.
Yay for college! It's hard to get into college right now.
Right, I think she's going to be a titty model. I don't know. Titty model or...
That's a good one to go to college for.
I don't know what
For
she's
business
doing. I forget.
administration.
And then, to wrap up today, I was telling Nick that I learned of a phenomenon that I didn't know about until this morning, and now I'm scared.
And you should be kind of scared because it's a lot different.
It's called ball lightning, and it can come in your house. But what I don't understand about it is if it can come in your house and it's lightning, why doesn't it like burn your furniture? The videos I've seen, it doesn't burn anything, but they're like, don't touch it or you're gonna die. And it's just going through your house like it's been there before.
Because it's probably a being. Dun, dun, dun.
It's like actual glowing orbs from the sky, not UFOs, not ghosts, just science being weird again. And then it
is an
says, I'm
observable
obsessed.
phenomenon.
And then it says, Nick will pretend to know what it is. I didn't put that. Chat GPT put that. Because I said, here's what's on my mind. Put it into a form where we can talk about it on the podcast.
Chat GPT must know me because I'm not pretending, but I did know what it was.
He knew what ball lightning was.
I did.
Because it's like several different, like...
When you have ADHD,
factors.
you learn everything you can about a topic and then you never think about it again.
Right.
It
well,
was
that
one
would
of the
solve
things
a lot of sightings of ghosts.
It absolutely does, and it was the thing I hyper fixated on around 9. There were these series of books where these kids came upon ball lightning, and when it hit them, they went into alternate timelines. And the alternate timeline they went to was like, what if the Roman Empire never fell? So all of a sudden, they were on the edge of the Roman frontier in Appalachia. They were not at war with the Native Americans here, and the Native Americans here were not decimated because they were exposed 2,000 years earlier than they were
Right.
our timeline. So it was some weird shit. They was in like Roman-controlled New Jersey.
So, speaking of ADHD, do you see the reflection on the wall of the fish tank? Does that not look like a fucking polar bear?
Oh my God, it does.
Wearing
I
a
see its
fucking
nose,
raspberry
little
beret.
rib.
Yes! His nose and then the triangle mouth and the little eyes. And then the top of it looks like he's wearing a beret.
It really does. I wish you guys could see this, but like that is actually what it looks like from here. Or it looks like Stella.
It does look like... Maybe I should take a picture and you can put it on the thing.
Yeah, because I'm telling you what, it actually looks like that. It like has...
Videos usually let me go in further.
It's the
fucking not.
It's the polar bear from Coca-Cola.
Right, it's a Coca-Cola Pola. Right there. See, right there.
Mm-hmm. It's like, here, have Coke for Christmas.
Right! Not...
Oh, yeah, Coke. Not Coca.
Oh, cola.
Cola, yeah.
And
Not
we will see you
Coca.
next week, unless Nick's going to the Bahamas.
No. Next week, it won't be our Halloween
No, that'll be the following.
special. Yeah, that'll be the next week. Because next week we'll talk about... Oh, no, it won't have happened yet. So, on a Halloween special, we'll talk about the fun thing I'm doing the night of the 25th. I'll have done it. So, next week we'll talk about that more. In case anyone wants to go see me there. To a punk show, a horror punk show in Troy.
Oh, the horror
Starring
punk show.
creepy callers. Yeah.
That sounds...
Yeah, it's super spooky.
Are you
Like,
going to wear, like,
the-
platform shoes and chains and...
I do have a fun outfit. I've got my Doc Martens. I've got my leggings that I bought that are Halloween themed. And then I bought those jeans that all the dads that like wrestling and stuff wear, where they have like holes in them.
So you can see the spooky stuff through the
Uh-huh,
holes.
yes.
That's so fun!
And then I got a shirt that says Hail Satan. Yep. And I'm gonna cut the sides out so you can get side boob when I'm at the show.
And who doesn't like a good side boob?
Word. Okay, we love you guys. We love you a long time.